Hello, Mr. Garrett. I goes this one. Yes, well, interesting. Um, I mean, yeah, there's a goal-oriented thing about it because the goals behind aggrandizing one species or race or any of these things are pretty suspect, and I don't really see as a principle how that has led to something good. So I judge it based on that. Yes, I agree. Okay, that makes it look like it's goal-oriented. But you, like all aggrandizers of some group, some special group, you claim, oh, but we don't care if it really is true. Oh, yes, I care, just like I care if it's true that the IQ scores in a impoverished ethnic community are low. I care about that as well, right? And I admit, and I, but what we debate is how to view that situation, how to view the causes in that situation. And that will tell us, how to address that situation. Won't it? That'll tell us how to address the situation. Right? And that's what makes it look goal-oriented. But no, the fact of the matter is, I look directly also as what are the truths? Well, the human species has reached some superlative points. We're the dominant species on the planet, I think, right now. Somewhat debatable, right? Because we don't have the most biomass. I mean, it depends on how you define it. But in the sense that we can basically face down any opponent, to within bounds, any other biological opponent within bounds. Oh, except for insects, we have trouble. But, pretty much against insects and germs, but we're doing pretty good. So, yeah, but that would just be might makes right, right? And that's not what you're arguing. You're not arguing might makes right. Okay, look, if the human intellect, which we've evolved so far, if it's for the stuff that we have been doing so far, then it's shit. I mean, the only reason I don't believe that is I don't believe it's for that stuff. I believe that the mind takes a long time to evolve. Okay. It takes a long time to evolve. Okay? And it's useful for a lot of petty, short-term things in the meanwhile. Okay. But, you know, e- yes, you could say, oh, well, look, it's so superlative, it can destroy really well, too. I'm just saying it's more extreme than the other gifts. Okay. But I don't see that. I see the reasoning as as being gradated. I like to fool animals. Take a do sleight of hand with a piece of food and a dog, or a toy that the dog likes. Or maybe you don't have anything this time, and and the dog has a sense of persistence, right? The dog doesn't think, oh, it probably disappeared. The dog seems really materialistic. It's us that develop this immaterialism. Until we also once again become more material about our perceptions, and what's real and what's fundamental, where the foundations lie. The foundations are material. I mean, we're too busy to be aggrandizing ourselves. I'm assuming it's not might makes right, because what other criteria? You know, I mean, specifically, I could see an alien species, really a lot more intelligent than us, but we have gradations. Now, okay, you act like my side wants you to be apologetic for being human, for preferring humans. No, I prefer humans. Okay, I prefer being human. I have some animals I like the lifestyles of, or at least the way they spend an afternoon, that I would like to be, but only if I could take those experiences back to a human, like to transmore into it and then boom, back. That would be great. Okay. But I would want to be human. Human is where I'd want to take those experiences and really enjoy them. I wouldn't want to just stay those animals. I prefer being human. It's just that, okay, and I'm trying to think of why I might prefer being human, and I noticed I am human. So, I'm thinking that's a big coincidence, right? Maybe it's because I'm human that I really prefer being human so much. I mean, after all, I've made, through the continuous form of life, me and my ancestors have made millions of decisions to reach this point of making the DNA so that it makes a creature like me with the potentials that I have. And, you know, I share some of those decisions with chimps. And then there's a decision where they change their mind, you know, where they did something different. I share those decisions with mice and birds and bananas. Some of them I share. But at some point, the banana was like, I'm going to do something different. Now, I didn't visualize a banana probably and say, hey, I want to be a banana. No, the decision was probably something like, I'm going to pursue these chemicals rather than these chemicals. You know, I have two sugars I can produce. I'm going to produce this kind rather than this kind. Right? You can say it's random or whatever. But these are the choices, the events that led to us. To each of us. It led to the banana, his, or hers, or whichever, and led to me. You know, so, of course, you know, I prefer that, and I believe we should explore and make our special characteristics fulfill their potential. Okay. I don't need to put some other metaphysical reason. You know, the ontological part of this is because you are saying something is better metaphysically, essentially, in some absolute sense, right? It's not just better for you. It's not better because you made these decisions and these are the genes, so of course it's better to think of these things. No, it's you have to make it some extra form of better. Now, I look around at the human species and I don't see it. I mean, right now what I see is there's two big divisions in this kind of, this level of philosophy. You know, two kinds of people. You know, it's really just a dichotomy that allows you to separate people into, of course. So, one is looking at short-term gains, things that they can turn around quick. And other people are looking in the long term. And I basically think when you see the world, it's being run by these short-term people. And that's that. When you see the freedoms and slavery being beaten back and consciousness about certain things that affect us over the long term, those are the plans of the long-term people. They've been in the minority for a long time, but they're particularly good at handling that in that they're patient. Okay. But which one gets claimed to human nature? The dominant one that looks like this close to making the oils run black and the continents covered in radiation? The one that's running things now? Does that get this claim, hey, I'm human nature? Or does it get to be these long-term people that have been slowly fighting? You know, that slow, steady force may be the tortoise versus the hare, but it might just be the one that didn't make it. Okay. So, I don't even know which kind of human you're talking about. I don't think there has to be one sort of idea of human nature. We have all kinds of subsets. Why? Because even though we're one species, one kind of animal now, evolution isn't over. Evolution is getting ready for the next step. We have predilections, which themselves are going to survive or not. Which one is it going to be? Which one is really human, not just now, but 100,000 years from now? So I don't see how you can put any footing down in this area you want to talk about. I just don't think it even makes sense, because the way you have to identify the groups and the way you have to identify, your measurements of your baseline versus your superlative, it's the kind of thing you end up having to normalize. You can maybe measure an individual versus their potential, normalized by their potential. You can do things like this and create gradations that way. But you just say, oh, it's the superlative of superlative. I think that's not what I see. I don't see a species that's more than a couple million years away